Hey everyone, welcome to the Meta Report, where we break down some of the world's trends in just a couple of minutes. This tournament has been the world's of flex picks. We've had mages down into the bot lane, albeit not very successful, marksmen showing up in solo lanes, and many others. In fact, of the 20 most picked and banned champions at Worlds since group stage started, 11 were flex picks. This excludes Pantheon, who has been banned every single match of group stage and quarterfinals, but part of why he's permanently banned is also because he's perceived as a strong flex pick. For those of you who might not know, a flex pick is used to describe a champion that can be played in multiple positions on Summoner's Rift. So, why are flex picks popular? Flex picks are popular because they allow for teams to create advantages in the draft phase. Locking in a champion that can be played in multiple positions allows a team to grab a pick that they deem as important without giving away where it's going, limiting counter pick options and opportunities. Typically, champions that can be flexed are locked in early, and teams will only be able to figure out where they're going towards the end of champion select. And it's no coincidence that a lot of the top teams in the tournament have shown to be flexible in champion select. Let's have a look at some of the most impactful flex picks at Worlds this year and why they're so valuable.
Splice undefeated on the day. Are they playing?
They just swapped Doinby off of Rise. They just flex picked that Renekton into Doinby's hands. That is shocking.
Maybe it was the trap. Like we said, both these teams so telegraphed in draft phase. We know that they can flex. Maybe FPX said, Humanoid will go for the Syndra, I'll take the Renekton, and I'll smash this kid in lane.
Renekton and Ryze have been two of these flexes. They will typically be put in top and mid respectively, but some teams such as FPX and G2 Esports have shown that they can flex them, giving them yet another layer of versatility to their draft phase. Renekton has excellent gank setup with his stun, which is why you'll usually see him paired with Elise or Taliyah, and currently he has an extremely potent item spike with the soon-to-be-removed Spear of Shojin. Fans thought Ryze would be gone after the last set of changes, but the Rune Mage is meta at another World Championship yet again. He starts off slow, but as he gets items under his belt, he starts to scale very well in terms of wave clear and damage. His mana scalings also allow him to be versatile with builds. As the game progresses, Ryze becomes an absolute machine gun as he weaves Qs and Es in quick succession, doing consistent AoE damage that is also quite bursty. He can be strong in the side lane, and his ultimate allows for creative plays with flanks. Kiana has been one of the most contested champions at Worlds this year. While she can have some rough lanes, the possibility of flexing her to the jungle role gives teams more room to blind pick her. As a champion, Kiana poses a lot of threat in fights over neutral objectives and in the jungle due to all the terrain in those areas, that make it easy for her to show her supreme display of talent. Kiana also provides a very good gank assist with the river element. An EQ or flash EQ combo means the root will be a targeted skill instead of a skill shot, which means she can initiate the gank herself as a jungler or set up for her jungler as a laner. Once unlocked from the mid lane, Kiana has very strong roaming with mobility boots, where she can look to impact side lanes. Kayle is another pick that has popped up quite a bit at the tournament. Usually seen in solo lanes, the 9.17 changes right before Worlds gave her more agency by shifting more of her power from the late game to the early game as she becomes ranged at level 6 instead of 11. Her scaling is a defining factor behind the priority as a pick, as she becomes a very scary damage threat when she completes multiple items. In addition, she has excellent utility with a heal and an invulnerability ultimate that can be used to enable her teammates. In the most recent games, we've seen Kayle's ult Kai'Sa's as they dash in with Killer Instinct to enable aggressive play and deliver an AoE nuke and an 80 carry to the middle of a teamfight. Alternatively, if your name is the Shy, you can do it all on your own. In any case, she's still very exploitable in the laning phase and can be heavily shut down before she can impact a match, as her pre-6 is extremely vulnerable. Then there's Gragas Yasuo. Initially played as a deadly mid-jungle duo, it has since expanded to the bot lane, with G2 Esports setting the trend. Since then, other teams such as Damwon Gaming and SK Telecom have picked it up in the bot lane as well. The duo plays to quickly pick off and eliminate opponents, as Gragas can look for an explosive cask or a body slam flash combo to instantly set up for Yasuo's last breath. As mentioned previously, a part of the strength of flex picks is the ability to move them from one position to another. If teams suspect that their opponents are unlikely or unable to flex a champion, he becomes much easier to punish. To give an example, Splice early picked Renekton for Vizicsacsi in their quarterfinal matchup against SKT. Knowing that Humanoid has never used the pick competitively and suspecting that it's not part of his champion pool, SKT promptly locked in Quinn as a top lane counter, a pick that Khan would use to demolish his top lane counterpart. Anyways, that's it for today. We hope you were able to understand the value of flex picks, some of the most popular ones currently being picked at Worlds, as well as the danger of not being able to shift them from one role to another. See you next time.